Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. Waiting on Cam to join the call. Let's see if he jumps in here in a second. Hope you've been enjoying the vibes as we get ready to go into the Duke's archive today. That is the plan. But we are currently waiting for Cam. Oh, hey.
Hello?
Hey. Can everybody hear Cam? Give me a confirmation in chat that everything is coming through good. Cool. All right, well, let's go ahead and get into it, y'all. Like I said, we're going into the Duke's archive today, which is just vibes. It's great. I love the Duke's archive. You know, there's a lot of death and destruction and killing in this game. But today we're just gonna go to the library. We're gonna check out some books. We're gonna learn some things. And yeah, it's gonna be fun. Hi, Ruth. Cam, I can't summon you until after I get past these boars, right?
Yes, you got to get through the boars on your own, my friend. That's you.
Cool. Well, this will be me redeeming myself for you accidentally killing the boar in our first playthrough. Or our first
That's right.
session. Come on.
This is an attempt at vengeance.
Here we go. Whoa. Nice.
Yeah, Duke's Archives is a great zone. It's funny that just kind of a theme of Dark Souls in general is like the people or the characters who have like the bosses who have the better zones tend to end up being like the worst, like
moral agents.
Yes. And then the ones that have awful areas tend to be the more like neutral or whatever.
Just took some damage.
Oh man.
I'm trying really hard to backstab and it's just not working. I'm not in that like pixel perfect right spot for it. Is this boar stronger than the one that we fight in the Undead Burg?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
They're all scaled up.
Because it's crazy that if this was the same board that you'd be able to kill it like accidentally in one hit. Because I'm here with my like +5 Quelaag Fury Sword, max humanity. Okay, finally got him down.
One more.
Oh, there's an item. It's the helm. If I wanted to look like a little board, I could do that.
A Borg. Yeah, I think killing those boars took me like 3 hits, something like that.
Oh yeah, it is more than 3 over here.
We're in the
no, I think I know what's going on. He's resistant to fire. I should not be using my Quelaag Fury Sword.
Probably, yeah.
Whoop! Got me while I was applying my magic weapon. Man, that is not doing much either. This dude is really tanky.
Hardy. The Hardy boy. Hey, Cinematary is in the chat.
Cinematary's in the chat. Cinematary is a Twitch now.
Twitch.tv/Cinematary.
I don't know how much that's inspired by these Dark Souls streams, but yeah, we just recorded our first live podcast, or our live Twitch podcast. We've done live in-person podcasts before, but we just streamed a podcast this past week, and that's going to be a normal thing. Ugh. Getting thrashed by this second board. But it's going to be okay. We're going to get through it. One more hit, I'll take him down. Oh, 2.
Ruth, Cinematary is a film podcast that Mr. Swafford is on regularly.
Wait, yeah. Ruth should know that. Ruth has been on Cinematary.
Oh, well, Ruth asked who is Cinematary.
I think maybe they're asking who's running the account, maybe?
Oh.
Which that would be Zach, but
I was just gonna say it's the collective unconscious of everyone who's on it.
Thank you, Zach, for that chat that I'm not going to repeat live on air. Okay, I have lit this bonfire. I'm ready to summon you. Can I do it in this room?
You gotta go up the elevator, I think.
Okay,
I think I am having to hoof it all the way across Anne Orlando because when we last left off, we were in the painted world, and you can't warp from the painted world. And so I had to like run all the way through the painted world, and then now I'm running up to the bonfire at. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Well, I'm gonna make it on my own for now.
I'm going right now. I've just got to the bonfire. All right. Where is the stupid archives? Okay, there they are.
First 3 guys down, no problem. What is that command you just tried to do, Ammo? One fun fact for people that they wouldn't have gotten just from watching the stream is that for all of my playthroughs of Dark Souls up to this point, I've been using kind of wonky customized controls just because it was what felt right to me whenever I first started playing the game. But now that I am playing Dark Souls 2 on PS4 and you can't customize the controls, I have had to adapt to the version that they want me to use. So I've now like switched this one back to the original control scheme for the first time since like my first day playing the game.
Okay, I am about to be like right in front of the elevator.
Cool.
I have pulled like everybody in the archive. Yeah, I've pulled like almost everybody in the archive, so the quicker the better there, bud.
Oh, so you mean, when you say the first elevator, you mean the one after all the enemies?
No, I mean the one.
You mean
right?
Oh, okay.
Right as crap. Hang on. No, I'm alive. I accidentally replanted my sign.
Okay.
It's like before you get to the golems and stuff, like right in front of the.
I'm heading there.
Okay, cool. I'm running around in circles so that I don't die before that happens.
Okay. Good luck. I am in front of that elevator.
All right, the sign is there. Do you have the password on and stuff?
I do. I'm kind of wondering how you even pulled enemies, because there are no enemies at that point.
Because the bonfire for Duke's Archives is like at the back of it, and I had to run all the way through the whole thing and pulled everybody on the way there.
Do you mean the boars? Because the boars are the only thing in front of the bonfire I see.
No, not that. That's not the warpable bonfire that I'm talking about.
So you mean
I had to go to the one that's way back in the back and then run all the way over here.
So the one that I have to actually encounter Seath for the first time.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, we got a bit to do by myself then before I get there.
No. I'm back where you are now.
Yes.
I put my sign down. Maybe you can't summon me until you get to Seath, but pull up your own summon sign and see if you can put it down.
Hold on. I'm dealing with a channeler at the moment. He teleported. Can I put my summon sign down? I don't think I have it equipped. Hold on. I can.
Okay, so go back to the elevator.
I'm on my way there. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm pulling enemies at the moment too. Oop. Too far. There we go.
Man, that was rough. I ended up killing everybody. Okay.
Proud of you.
Yeah, just let me know whenever you're. Yeah.
A caveman in the library.
Yeah.
Having a hard time.
See you later, Zach.
Bye, Zach. Thanks for stopping in. Die channeler. He's dead. Okay, almost everybody's dead in this room right now. We're getting there. Okay. Where's your summon sign? I'm on the elevator platform.
Okay. So go out of the elevator, like, towards the big main library room, and you should be in just, like, a foyer-looking area. That there was a golem there and a bunch of dudes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
My sign I cleared that room a while ago.
Yeah, my sign is, like, right in front of the doorway to the elevator there.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The doorway to the elevator.
I'm in the foyer. Let me attempt to describe the architectural layout of this space as I understand it. So there's the first bonfire, right? In front of the first bonfire, there is an elevator. You go up the elevator.
You ride the elevator up.
And then you're in the foyer area. Then there's a doorway you walk through. And then there's the first, like, library room with, stacks in here. There's a big staircase, like a Titanic-looking staircase.
And go back to the room right after you walked off the elevator.
Yes. Well, I was in there and I didn't see your summon sign. Which maybe means I can't summon you until after I encounter Seath.
Maybe, or else you weren't there for long enough. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm back. I still see nothing. But, like, I'm 2 seconds away from Seath, so I should
just go get Seath. And I will have to find a way to get to that big old spiral room that Seath blocks you.
Yeah, this is one of the weirder parts of the game because it's one of, like, 2 parts, I think, where you essentially have to die. You can't get through this without dying because it's part of the plot.
It's a good idea to put on a ring of sacrifice if you've got one.
Good idea. Do I have one? I have a rare ring of sacrifice. Nice. There's a little dude in this room, little crystal knight guy. Looks super cool, to be honest.
But the crystal guys?
Yeah, the crystal guy. And he's dead.
Wow.
All right, let's encounter this wild Pokemon. Killed the bug. Got some Titanite.
Wait, are you human right now?
I am human.
Okay.
Here he is.
Hate that
He
guy.
looks great. He does suck a lot.
He's the worst.
I think that you understand more acutely why and how he sucks than I do.
He is the worst. He is the worst, like, actor in this game. Okay. He's worse than Gwen.
I mean, the basic thing that I know about him is that, you know, we've made reference many times to the genocide of the dragons that took place when Gwen took power, and he, like, betrayed the dragons to help Gwen genocide them, right?
Right. Yes. So, okay. So in Dark Souls, right, there tends to be, like, what is to me like 3 different types of bad people, right? Or bad actors, quote unquote. Like, there are people who are just, like, massively selfish. Mm-hmm. This is like Patches and, like, Petrus of Thorland.
I didn't know Patches was selfish. I don't know anything about Patches.
Oh yeah, I mean, he's just a thief. He's a thief, but, like, beyond the level of that. Like, will like kill and rob people and so on.
Yeah.
But it's more or less, like, localized to just whatever he can get his hands on. Same thing goes for Petrus, and there's plenty of characters in Dark Souls 2 and 3 that fit this bill too.
Wait,
like
who's Petrus?
mild-mannered. He's the cleric that you meet at the very beginning. If you follow his story out all the way, you find out that he is, like, trying to kill another cleric so that he can have his own position further.
Oh, is he the guy who like knocks you down into the cliff in the Tomb of the
No,
Giants?
that's Patches.
Oh, I'm getting Patches confused with somebody else. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking about the blacksmith in the Tomb of the Giants.
Oh, right, that guy. No,
Okay,
he's
here's where
fine.
the vibes begin. People watching. We're starting up the phonograph. Listening to some primo dark ambient.
So you have your like really selfish people. You also have people who are extremely cruel for like no reason. This is like Lautrec.
Yeah.
Like people who are just like, and like in Dark Souls 2, you have like Wanderer Creighton, who's just like a serial killer, and yada yada yada. And then the other type of bad person that you have is like a governmental, like an oligarchical figure.
Yeah.
This is like
Like
Gwyn
Gwyn.
and stuff like that. Yeah. Seath is all of those things. He's all three mixed together. He's extremely selfish. He has all this institutional power that he abuses, and he's like needlessly cruel for no reason.
Yeah.
The motivation that you were given for him is that he didn't know how to become immortal, and he sort of like
Not good.
He had like this spite for other dragons or whatever.
Because he's a scaleless dragon, and he's been like the object of ridicule or something.
Yeah. Well, no. So that is all implication. In the opening, it's just like he betrayed his own kind, and then all you ever learn about him is that he wanted the scales but couldn't figure out how to get them.
Right.
You don't really like the implication is that the dude got Rudolphed a little bit, right? That like the other dragons maybe made fun of him. I cannot put my sign down in that big old spiral place, by the way. I have to put it down like right when you climb out. Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's gonna be a minute then.
Yeah. So you kind of infer that, you know, all the other dragons made fun of him for being that way or something like that. But like from what you learn about the dragons outside of
They
Seath,
seem fine.
like that,
they seem very chill.
they're just there. They don't really do anything. And so like I just don't really think that that's the case. I think Seath is just like the first of them to become like petulant and kind of has his own little like inferiority complex. Yes. For because the stone dragons, like we're told that they like rule the age of, you know, the age of like gray or whatever, but like they don't really rule anything. They're just kind of there.
Yeah. I mean, they're literally in stasis before the age of fire, right?
So the the dragons are around. They're like flying around in the world and stuff. But it's
we see
like
in
what
the opening
cutscene
we see them like literally hibernating, basically.
Yeah, they're just big chilling. That's it.
Yeah.
Like they don't really do anything.
Like we should be
Seath,
doing in the Duke's Archive, but Seath won't allow us that.
Seath,
there's a big hat Logan.
Out of his own like self-interest, like teams up with Gwyn to kill his own kind. And then once he is given that, like once they get out and like establish the new like feudal hierarchy thing, he's put like near the very top of it, right? And what does he do with that? He immediately starts like trying to further himself again. Like he is the entire reason that the archives are set up is for him to try and figure out how he can become immortal. And in order to do that, he captures and experiments on people all the time. There are some implications that he does some things with women specifically that are bad.
Which we kind of talked about last time. Here's a rematch with the snakes. This is going to be fun.
But,
hate snakes.
Oh man, they're coming back at you.
They are.
But yeah, Seath is just a real piece of work. He's terrible. I think that there's maybe only one other character that's as like despisable as Seath is, and that is somebody who you do not run into until Dark Souls 3.
Oh my god. Too many snakes? Okay. We're okay. I'm very proud of myself for not dying up to this point.
Did the snakes get you?
No, I'm still alive. All snakes are dead.
Oh, nice.
Let's get out of here.
ASAD.
I'm gonna leave that that phonograph on though, because you know, respect the vibes. Is there any functional purpose to it? Like, if you turn it off,
Yes.
does anything change?
Yes.
Oh, what happens?
If you turn it off, the little like wiggle head weirdo guys who come up and try to kill you,
Lovecraft
they'll
monsters?
just wander around. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're not.
They're already
hostile.
all dead. So.
Yeah. Well, the first time that you have to kill them.
Yes.
Because they are they are immediately hostile or whatever. But it's like the sound that's being played through the phonograph is like it infuriating them.
So
basically.
they
Maybe.
cannot vibe. They have no chill.
I think that they have had their ability to chill removed forcefully by an external force.
And that source being Seath?
Probably,
And
yeah.
this man will not allow people to enjoy ambient music.
Yeah.
The worst.
He tortures
Literally
people
the
with
worst.
It, so, yeah.
Well, your tricks don't work on me, Seath. This slaps.
You can't make me not love it.
I think I just found the key to open Big Hat Logan's cell, but let me just double check on that. Nope, that is not the one. Love this space. In the next couple of weeks, my students are going to be reading a Jorge Luis Borges story that I believe inspired this space. The story is called The Library of Babel. Have you read it, Cam? You would dig it. Have you read any Borges?
I don't think so, no.
I think you would like what he's doing. I guess his main thing is meta fiction. So like he writes a lot of stories that are written by fictional characters, and like those fictional characters are often like editors or archivists or something like that. And they often are like talking about texts that are also fictional. But in the Library of Babel, it's somebody describing the universe as if the universe was a library, and like in the world of the story, that is just kind of true, that the universe is a library. And it kind of talks about letters as more or less like equivalent of like atoms or chemical compounds or something, where like we only have 26 letters in the English language, and we can kind of combine them together in an infinite amount of possibilities to create, all the literature that has ever existed in the world. And the same is basically true for atoms and chemicals and how the universe is constructed. And it's very interesting. And it like talks about if the universe were a library, like how like infinitely complex it would have to be. And so like this gigantic space that is just like hundreds and hundreds of maybe not hundreds, but dozens of stories tall, just like filled with books that you're never even able to reach. Like feels very Library of Babel to me. Love it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. That sounds very much like it has inspired, especially that specific part of this level.
Ruth, if you've written a bunch of articles / essays about Library of Babel and have things to say about it that I have not said, please say them in chat if you can, condense it. Because I would love to just, like, talk about Borges for a while I'm killing snakes again. Why is this my life? Let's kill snakes with ranged weapons. Let's do that.
I'm pretty sure after we left Sin's Fortress, you or I won. I'm not sure. It kind of blends together. But one of us said that there were no more snakes the rest of the game, and whoever said it,
that was a lie.
Could have been me. Could have been you. One of us lied. Yeah. Or I guess it wasn't a lie. We were just wrong. But
okay, snakes are much easier to kill with ranged attacks. So I'm grateful that I've dedicated a little bit of my stats to intelligence.
Grateful.
I think I'm almost to where I can summon you, finally.
Right up that big ladder. That's where I'm at. Right when you walk in the big iron doors there. Yeah.
What a reunion this is going to be.
I know.
Right after I walk in the doors. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm here. I don't see your
My
summon
sign's
sign.
right in front of him.
Oh no.
Are you sure that you have your Switch connected to the internet, and are you sure that you have the password in?
Password is 10782. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
I believe so. Hold on a second. I'm gonna double check my Switch connectivity. Yeah, and it says I'm connected.
Then just chill in the room for a minute.
Okay.
Are you 100% sure you were human?
Oh, I see it. I see it.
Yeah.
Just had to chill. Just had to vibe for a second.
Exactly. That is the lesson Captain Caveman can teach. But yeah, another fun thing about Seath is that he also basically hollowed while he was trying to figure out how to become immortal, and then he figured out how to become immortal after. Man, that is loud.
Ruth says, my internet is spotty, so I don't know what all you said, but like Library of Babel for thinking about concepts of infinite, which fits in my whole math plus religion stuff. This sort of recursive relationship between language/literature and the world. Yeah, there's a lot of like ruminations on like how we can even conceptualize something being infinite in the Library of Babel, which is really interesting. Man, my magic weapon looks gray out here. What's up with the color grading out here? Like as soon as you step out, everything kind of becomes sepia.
Yeah.
And now
it goes back
again.
once we're in here.
Interesting. Yeah. Channeler. Death to channelers. Ruth says they had surgery yesterday, so I'm narcotics and keep making typos. I hope everything is okay, Ruth.
I only have 2 Estus.
I
don't know why.
I started with 20 because I was just like hanging out at the bonfire and people kept like kindling it.
Yeah. Whenever we get to this bonfire, let's unsummon, resummon.
Yeah.
I only have 2 left, even though I had 10 on my end.
There's a guy right behind us. Whoop. Dead. They bleed rainbows, which I've tweeted about, but I just want to reiterate it here. All these guys bleed rainbows. More good vibes for the stream.
I just about died to make that very good come out.
It was worth it. Hold on, let me put on my magic weapon again. Okay, you want to unsummon yourself?
Yes.
After you finish smashing all this beautiful furniture?
Hate it. Hate the furniture.
Oh wait, I can't light it because dude's acting.
Because I'm here.
Me. Oh, because you're here, that's right.
Yeah, give me 1 sec, I'm out.
Get out of here. Still not letting me. Captain Caveman has returned home. Good. Okay. Bonfire lit. Not to be, Ruth says, not to be very on brand and to proselytize here, but I love reading it next to Andre Belle's Petersburg. I've not heard of that. Is it a short story or is it a novel? I'm ready to resummon you whenever, wherever, by the way.
I'm coming. Give me a sec. I gotta warp around. Oh wow, it took me all the way back to Anne Orlando.
Wow.
Funny.
Okay.
I'll be there in 1 sec. Yes, I can finally.
It is a novel.
Like warp to your.
1911. Yeah. Okay. That's interesting. I'm gonna Google that as soon as the stream is over.
Okay, sign is down next to that BF.
All right. I'll hang out with my BF. It's weird and my favorite novel. Okay, high recommendation. This is the literary stream. This is the Dark Souls literature stream. Book fans only. I don't know where Ban is at, but Ban is not allowed to join.
Who?
Ban was my student who in the very first stream was talking about how their current ELA teacher was making them read books and the books sucked.
Oh, yeah. Books do suck, that's true. They're long. Why can't people just do shorter books?
I mean, I agree. I have a hard time with like reading habits because I have a degree in literature, and when I was getting that degree in literature, I was reading like 2 books a week, and it was just like a very ravenous diet for literature. And now that I'm out of school and I teach literature and I don't have like assignments to read things, it can be hard to organize the time in my life to read long things. So a lot of the books that I read are pretty short. Like I pretty much cap out at about 300 pages most of the time, but I need to get better at that because there's a lot of good experiences out there that I am denying myself.
Yeah. I used to like reading a lot too when I was, and I also did like similarly to you, which is funny because of how disparate the fields feel a lot of the times. But because I did my undergrad in history, I also was like basically reading all the time. Like that's all I ever did was sit and read and read and read and read and read and write about reading. And so I think that it kind of maybe had a negative effect on how I like reading. To me kind of still now feels like a chore, like it's something I have to do.
I love doing it when I can get,
but I do agree. Yeah, I do agree though. Ruth said that books smell good. That's true. I work in a library and it smells great.
Yeah, even though you're
Cam,
you're
notorious anti-book. I'm not a librarian. I'm not.
Well,
I don't have a degree. I'm a staffer, but
one
yeah.
who works in a library, I think we can call a librarian, right?
I think librarians would get very upset at that.
Okay. I apologize to any librarians who may be in the chat.
Thank you.
Yeah, Ruth says, I find it hard to read for fun anymore because reading is work. That was kind of my experience, like right out of high school, or right out of college. And what the kind of shift that I made to change that feeling for myself is just like reading different kinds of things. And this sounds bad, but I basically stopped reading fiction. Like I haven't read fiction in a really long time. Actually, that's not true. I read Virginia Woolf's Orlando this year, which was my first fiction book in forever that I read for fun, and I loved it. It was incredible. But yeah, because I read nothing but like literary fiction in undergrad, I basically just like started reading nonfiction and getting into like, I don't know, you could call it political theory, I guess, if you want to be snobby about it. But, nonfiction books about social issues and such, that like I didn't associate that with, the type of homework that I had to do for school.
Yeah, mine would definitely be the opposite. Like if I were to ever sit and read anything like of my own volition now, it would probably have to be fiction because all I read for undergrad was all it was all like theory stuff and mixed with like historical accounts, mixed with historian interpretation of accounts, and political
you would
implications.
actually really like Borges then, by the way, like because that's so like similar to what he's doing explicitly. I like playing with that dynamic.
Yeah.
Yes, Ruth, Orlando is incredible. Absolutely loved it. Galaxy Brain Literature. I think this is a mimic. It is not a mimic. Okay. Ruth says, I've burnt out on classic literature and theory. I've been trying to get more up to speed with contemporary authors and be better about reading new books. Yeah, contemporary fiction has just never been a thing for me. Like, even when I was an undergrad, I was only reading, like, canonical texts. And hard for me to muster up the efforts to, like, give a new writer a try. Especially because, like, in my head, I'm only comparing them to people like Virginia Woolf and Jorge Luis Borges and folks like that. Where are we going? I think we need to twist this, right?
I already twisted it once, but I think we need to twist it again.
I
think we need to go down here. Yeah.
I feel like there's at least one mimic that we've missed.
Over here. Come over here. Oh,
yeah, I know there's one down here. Here we are again, inhabiting the same physical plane.
Ow, I'm getting shot.
Me too. We're both getting shot. This is a good... I'm just going to let you take these arrows.
Thanks, bud. Alright, I'm going to show this guy what for.
Please.
He's dead.
While I take a sippy quickly.
Alright.
Shortcut
open.
Yo! Love a good... If we're in a library, you gotta have a secret passage. You gotta have a bookshelf that moves over and creates a secret passage.
That's right.
You can't not. By the way, where is the key to open Big Hat Logan's cell?
I don't remember. It's around somewhere.
I think this is a mimic. Yeah. Not anymore.
Was a mimic.
Have you ever played around with the mimic hat?
Symbol of Avarice?
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't stack with Gold Serpent Ring in this game, so there's not really a point.
Remind me the connection?
They both increase drop rates.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Which one increases it more?
They do it the exact same.
Oh, well then why do they even have that item in the first place?
Well, if you don't want to... You can technically get the... You can, like, run an entire game and only get Symbol of Avarice at the last mimic.
Yes.
So, yeah. So...
But, like, at that point, you will already have the ring.
Exactly. What I'm saying is, like, they're sort of there to balance each other out. You might get lucky and get Symbol of Avarice early, which will let you farm before you even get to Sin's Fortress, which is great. Hey, Peed is here.
Hey, Peed. About to show you what fool.
I do not actually hide behind bookcases at my library, but our bookcases do move around, which is cool. They have like big old wheels on them, yeah, and like a captain's wheel on a boat, and you can like spin it.
Oh, are they the kind that like I don't even
stack all together?
Yeah. Like you can't actually look at more than one at once. You have to like pull them out with the mechanism.
The rows. Well, you can spread the rows out.
Really?
You could probably get like 2 or 3 of them open at a time.
Where's
Pete?
Pete?
Where the heck is Pete?
Pete, I applied my magic weapon for you and everything.
Well, we can just keep moving.
Okay.
What's the worst that can happen?
Well, the worst that can happen is we can forget Pete exists and he can jump down from a cliff and kill us.
True. Times have changed. Hey, there's a chest back here.
I have no Estus, by the way. I've
chest back here.
All.
But yeah, those little stacking bookcases are cool. Like, you can store a whole lot of books in a really small space. It's really...
I remember the UT library had all their movies and those things too.
Mm-hmm.
We're coming up on some enemies that I hate, maybe more than snakes, and it's the clams.
What? Oh, the clams?
I hate the clams.
Ow. What's wrong with clams, dude?
Just annoying.
The clams are cool. They can drop some really rare stuff.
I mean, I'm sure. Oh, there he is.
Oh, there's Pete.
What's the worst that can happen? Captain Caveman says.
This is funny. Oh, I didn't die. Now I'm dead. Okay. I had set my controller down. Avenge me, Irma.
I'm gonna try. He's an onion boy. Whoa! Okay, that didn't actually hurt me. That was scary, though. Nope. I thought he was gonna do it again. And I cannot hit Pete. Okay, I got like half his health down in one hit, finally.
Would you like for me to come to you, or do you want to go back and rest?
I would like to go back and rest, but I need to kill Pete first. No! You cannot heal, Pete. Not allowed. Ugh, okay. How are you
Ammo,
not dead?
it's a player.
Dead. Okay. Pete is dead. I killed an invader on my own.
You got him.
Please clap.
Good job.
This is a thing that I've been experiencing. In Dark Souls 2, you can be invaded at any time, even when you're not human. And so I've been invaded much more frequently playing Dark Souls 2. And in the past, when an invader shows up, that's basically just like, well, I'm dead. There's no way I'm going to get past this part. But recently a switch has flipped, and I've been able to kill like over half of my invaders. So I'm proud of myself. Thanks, Michael.
Yeah, good job. Good job.
Where's your sign?
Next to the bonfire.
Next to the bonfire.
Since you're going back to rest anyway.
You have to leave here pretty soon, right? You have to leave at 1?
Like 1:15.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we've talked about this a lot
Yeah.
off mic, but we have not told people on stream that today Cam is going to have to leave the call for a little while because you're helping Jessica set up for like a food thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Gotta go set up for
Cam's girlfriend and our mutual friend Jessica Carr has started a bakery, which is cool. It's kind of a traveling indie bakery, and she's doing pop-ups at various businesses. It's called Girls Gotta Eat Good. Plug for Girls Gotta Eat Good. Order some delicious pastries from her, specifically the ube brownies and the ube cookies. Both
ube cheesecake brownies.
Very top-notch. But yeah, I'll be on stream by myself for a little while, which means one of two things. Well, actually, one of three things. Thing one is that I sit here in silence and it's very boring. Thing two is that chat, keeps me company and talks to me. Thing three is that Ammo has said that he's willing to maybe like help facilitate voice calls if anyone wants to jump on the voice call and chat. So if you want to do that, let me know that you have interest in doing that. And B, you would need to DM Ammo, which I don't really know how Twitch works, so I don't know how you do that. But maybe Ammo could explain in chat.
Yeah, it would be cool if we could get Seath. And then I might be back before you're done.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure yet.
Yeah, I'll be
the hope is
taking
that I
on
would
Gwendolyn, and we're gonna have a conversation. We're gonna have a conversation about that.
I would love to be here for that, but I wonder if I would.
Doubtful. Ammo says, I will share my username on Discord, or you give me yours, and we add each other and go from there. DM me on Discord, not Twitch. Okay, so hopefully people have Discord. If they don't, it's actually super simple to download it if you want to download it.
You don't even have to download it. You can use a
it's like a web browser thing, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just make an account on discord.com, I guess, if you don't already have the software. And Ammo's going to drop his credentials. Lead the way,
Floating.
caveman. This is a very new experience for a Neanderthal such as yourself. This technology.
Been here. It's funny that the implication with those invisible bridges is that the...
Okay, I'm dead.
Oh, wow.
First death of the game. Okay. 45.
It's the implication is that that you are walking on something, but it's so clear that you're like walking. Yeah, it's like a
Very
crystal
cool.
clear. Yeah.
Good vibes in the crystal caves too. Gotta say. Okay, let's become human. We're not that far off, by the way, from the point where we could potentially do PvP with people in chat. If that's the thing people want to do.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, waiting on your sign. Hate being gray. I miss my blue hair. I'm gonna walk in here just to feel something. Okay, there you are. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. You're doing so good. I made the dumb decision to try to apply my magic weapon in the middle of that crystal golem fight. Oh, I'm getting arrowed. I love how your character just continues having arrows sticking out of them for as long as... Oh no, it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah.
There's the cave.
It only stays for a few seconds. Yeah.
Love that shortcut.
Yeah, it's very nice. That guy just fell over? Why?
I tried to do the thing where I hit him on the way down, but I actually just landed on him.
Oh man, I am so spoiled to having my cat ring and just like jumping off of stuff.
Dude, in Dark Souls 2, like in addition to the cat ring, you can get cat pants, and you just look like you have the hind legs of a cat. It's hilarious.
Cat ring is like my favorite item in any Dark Souls game. I love it so much.
Does it exist in this one?
No, that's what
okay.
makes this game so slow to me.
Well,
I can't jump off of anything. I take damage all the time.
The second game really encouraged you to use it because you take so much fall damage compared to this one.
Yeah, I mean, I love that attack. It looks so cool.
The one that like, creates a big crystal around him.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is cool. Reminds me of some random boss in Crash Bandicoot, if you know the one.
I don't. I'm not really a Crash head.
I am not either, but I did play it a lot as a kid because, like, my second console was a PlayStation, and that was one of the only games I had.
I had a PS1, but I never had Crash. My cousin had it. He really liked Crash, but I just never really got into it.
The first game that I owned, and the game that I wanted to play so badly that my parents bought me a game console for the first time. Maybe the second time I had a Game Boy. But that was Spyro the Dragon on PlayStation 1. My first game in 3 dimensions.
Oh, right.
Before that, I had only played Game Boy
and
my dad's NES. The first video game I ever played was Mario Brothers 3 on the NES, which is like a cool one to have as your first. I think.
Man, I don't even know what the first game I played. I have no.
All right, rematch. Do you think this guy's weak to fire at all?
Probably not.
Okay. Oh. Nice.
It's weak to getting hit on the head.
Weak to getting bonked. Whoop.
Giant Wicker Ball and Crash Bandicoot. Play that and Wallace and Gromit and Project Zoo.
I don't even know what Project Zoo is. Do we want that thing down there? What is that?
I don't think you should care about it all that much.
Also, you basically have to, like, die to get out, right?
You can homeward bone.
Yeah. We don't want to do that. Ain't nobody got time for that. We got places to be.
It's true.
We got Pokemon to kill. We got clams.
Isn't there a bonfire?
There is not a bonfire. Unless there's one that I've never found, which would be cool.
No, I don't think
I hate having to trudge through all that every time if I don't beat Seath on the first attempt. Okay, magic weapon. By the way, could we maybe try to cut his tail off?
We can try.
The item is not useful to me with this character build, but it's something that I might want to drop to myself on another file.
Moonlight Greatsword.
Yeah. It's a cool item. Hate clams. Rip to this clam.
Okay. Yeah, I would guess that the first game I ever played, it might have been Street Fighter.
That makes sense.
Could have been Street Fighter. Also, very well. Yeah. It was either Street Fighter or maybe there was this crappy Castlevania knockoff called Ernest Evans that I played when I remember that from very, very little playing Ernest Evans.
Here we go.
Here's this guy. I like how when it shows him flying, it just like doesn't show his bottom half because it wouldn't make sense.
Yeah. He looks like he's planted in the ground. Some Wallace and Gromit discourse happening in our chat. I don't have a lot of nostalgia.
Oh, it does show his bottom half in there.
Oh man, Ammo's first video game was something on the Atari. That is quite the throwback, Ammo.
What? What's going on? I'm inside of Seath.
What?
Ow. Ow.
Why?
Ow. No. Stop it. I didn't want that. Quit. I'm gonna die.
Seath doesn't have much care for consent.
Yeah, that's true. We did learn that.
Yeah.
So I'm out of Estus and about to die, but I'll do you a favor and go ahead and break his crystal so we can hurt him now. Yeah.
This is, I hesitate to say it because it usually means I'm about to die. Not a hard fight.
No.
So let me put on my magic weapon.
I'm going to try to just kind of hold his aggro and stay alive. I think that's the most useful thing I could do for you right now.
Oh man. Keeps like
he is very interested
driving away from me.
Okay, I'm gonna hit him.
Please do. Man, this Baldur Sidesword is not doing a lot to this dude.
Do you have magic weapon on?
Better. I did, yeah.
Yeah, I think he's resistant to magic damage.
Whoop.
Okay, that's it. That's me. I'm dead.
Okay, you fought.
That's what happens
valiantly.
when I spawn inside of
inside of the boss.
Yeah, that sucked.
Oh man. Okay. I think I'm gonna give up on this tail because I've never done it before and he's thrashing me.
Yeah, just kill him.
Man. He is doing some moves that I've not seen him do before. I think that this is one of those bosses that behave differently if you have a second person with you.
I'm not sure, actually.
Ooh, Estus time.
Emo says the first game he remembers playing was Donkey Kong Country 2 with his mom. Yeah, I actually... I know I've told you this,
the Atari was his first game experience.
He says the first he remembers.
Oh, okay.
That when he was referring to the Atari thing, he says it's just pretty sure.
I remember playing Donkey Kong Country a lot as a kid, and I played it as an adult, and that is not a fun game. I'm sorry to anyone who loves Donkey Kong Country.
It is a fun game. It is a fun game, but it is not a perfect game.
It is
a very fun game.
It is an often broken game. Or maybe not.
You should play number 2.
Maybe not broken,
You should play
but
the second
like the bar is too high for the kind of platforming they want you to be able to do on a consistent basis. Okay, Seath.
You should play the second
dead.
one. It's like way better than the first one. The second.
I believe you. Seath is dead.
Oh, there is a bonfire in Crystal Cave. It's just after you kill Seath.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, is 105. Do you want me to summon you back in just for giggles, or are you want to head out?
I guess I'll call it right there, and
Okay.
then run and try to do this, and then I'll be in touch with you and let you know what's going on.
Okay. Cool.
All right. See y'all soon, probably.
See you in like what, 30 minutes?
If that, yeah, something
Okay,
like that.
Cool. I'm gonna warp back to the Duke's archives and pick up some items that I did not get. I also didn't open up the cage for Big Hat Logan, and I'm not really sure where that key is either. I might already have it. Maybe I picked it up on our journey to Seath. If not, I might need somebody in chat to tell me where that key is. But Ammo, if you want to go ahead and like start, offering people the opportunity to jump on the voice call, that is a thing that we could do now. Hello. Wow. Okay. Bad decisions. Oh. Okay. Just beat a boss. I'm gonna get killed by these little, like fodder characters. This is good. This is very good. All right. Let's see if we can get back to Logan. Also, if anybody wants me to just talk about anything in particular, like you're curious about, if you have questions, drop them in the chat. Happy to just jabber about whatever. Otherwise, I'm just going to be stressing about people trying to kill me, as is often the case in Dark Souls. Everybody always wants to kill me. We could just be friends. We could vibe in this library together. We could curl up with a good book. I am way too drugged to talk on audio. Oh, Nathan is in the chat. What's up, Nathan? Yeah, I'm intentionally not cussing because I've advertised the stream at my school and I have students on the chat, and it's just not a good look in that context. People really want to hear me cuss. There's a podcast where I cuss frequently. That's not the theme of the podcast, but, it's a thing that happens. Just reading Justice League 2 spoilers. Is there gonna be a Justice League 2? Is the Snyder Cut getting a sequel? I hesitate to ask this because I am so tired of hearing people talk about the Snyder Cut. But this is new information to me. Rip. Yeah, Nathan, it would be fun if you wanted to hop on the call. We could talk about Dark Souls, considering I think you don't know anything about it, right? And we're already Discord friends, so that would be easy. I could just invite you to my channel, or my server. There are storyboard leaks from what they originally planned. Some of it is dependent upon the original screenplays for Flash and Batman movies that have since changed or not happened. Yeah, it's always been kind of weird that there was a Superman movie, and there was an Aquaman movie, and there was a Wonder Woman movie, and there was even a Batman versus Superman movie, but there was not a Batman movie leading up to Justice League, or leading up to BVS Dodge, as no one is calling it. Oh, you've watched people play Bloodborne, Nathan? That's cool. I have not played Bloodborne. It is my most anticipated game in the series. I am currently playing all the Souls games in order, leading up to Bloodborne. I'm in the middle of 2 right now, on my own. This is not the way. I'm going the wrong way. I'm just kind of in the zone of killing these dudes. Yeah, Nathan, I can add you to the Discord. Hold on one second, everybody. How do I add people? I don't really know how Discord works. Invite Nathan. Okay, I just invited you to the general text call, which should mean that you can just jump on the video call. Or not the video call, the voice call. Man, Ammo and Nathan are on the same page about Batfleck. I don't care enough to have an opinion on who the best Batman is. I've also not seen Ben Affleck play Batman outside of like trailers and, you know, press images and such. Whoop. Nathan, let me know if that didn't work, by the way.
Yo, what's up?
Oh, hey.
Am I on?
You're on.
Wow.
Time to hotbox the Dark Souls.
Okay, wow. I'm muting the stream then, since it's delayed. That makes sense. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Shout out to whoever Ammo is, because I think that Ben Affleck, at least from like his kind of star persona, you know, right now,
he does have the sad playboy vibe.
Yeah, definitely. It's like very easy to imagine Bruce Wayne in those movies, like hiding behind a wall of Dunkin' iced coffee.
Or what, like throwing out his cardboard cutout of Ana de Armas.
Yeah, throwing out his throwing out his I was gonna spoil the Justice League leaks, but I don't know if
would it
people,
also spoil the Snyder Cut for people?
Not really, actually, but I haven't even finished reading these leaks yet, and I don't know, maybe this stuff will kind of end up happening in some form or another, but it will probably be altered. But it's pretty crazy, pretty mythic sounding. Like on a I don't know.
I heard something about like Joker doing a Last Supper riff. Is that the spoiler?
I mean, there's all kinds of stuff, but there's a lot of just like those kind of just like ridiculous sort of like very
like My Dinner with Andre at the Last Supper, but I'm the Joker. Like
it's just a lot of like just like capital S, like Superman, like the word symbolism, but it starts with the Superman S. You know, like and literally like a part where it's like the like post-apocalyptic Batman in a Fury Road inspired Batmobile. Like that's literally what it says in like the description and stuff, and it's just like really ridiculous. But anyways,
so you're doing a podcast about Zack Snyder very soon, or not a podcast, but a podcast episode. Is that right?
Yeah, no, I think I don't know with. Yeah, I guess people don't know. The people listening don't all know who I am.
If people don't know who Nathan is,
contextualize myself.
Most people in the chat know who you are, but if people don't, Nathan is a friend of mine from college. We do a podcast together called Cinematary. Cinematary was also in chat for a second because Zach just started a Twitch account for Cinematary. And Nathan also does his own podcast called Hotbox of Cinema, where it's exactly what it sounds like. They talk about movies and they talk about illegal substances, or at least substances that are illegal in my neck of the woods.
Usually more stimulated by the substances than
It's more like the kind of conversations you would have when stimulated by the substances.
Yeah,
than
a little bit of a Richard.
About
a little bit of a Richard Linklater movie,
Sure.
Just a good riff zone.
It's the riff zone. The episodes can go for like 2.5 hours because you just like really get in the riff zone.
Yeah, no, sometimes, we just recorded one that's like 2 hours of talking, and I mean, we usually sometimes the length of the Snyder Cut, because like 25 minutes or something are like credits.
Wait, the end credits or the opening credits? 25?
The end credits, it's pretty long. End credits. I'm being a little hyperbolic, but
here's my one opinion on the Snyder Cut, and I actually will reveal that I was working on a video essay last year that I ended up not finishing because the original idea, because theaters were supposed to be closed for like 3 months or something during initial quarantine, was that I was going to make a video essay about things that came out while theaters were closed that were kind of movies, but also kind of not movies. And one thing that didn't come out but got announced during quarantine was the Snyder Cut. And it was unclear at the time of its announcement, A, how long it would be, and B, whether it would be presented as a movie. He said that it might come out
there was a lot of
as a mini series. And one of the points I was going to make in my video essay, the whole thesis is basically like, our definition of what a movie even is very nebulous and hazy, and like there's not a like philosophical difference between movies and TV when you really get down to it. It's just distribution.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
now distribution is kind of falling apart too. And so, like, my point was, like, whether the Snyder Cut is a movie or a TV show, it doesn't matter. It's the exact same content in the exact same order. Though they might have done some, like, cliffhangers or something that they wouldn't have done.
Well, there is some kind of interesting, I think, points of that where, like, I don't know, I think the thing that's really interesting about this is that, like, I think that in some ways it's like advertised as like, recapturing the like real vision of like what was intended, but it's also a movie that literally would not have existed in this form if Zack Snyder had stayed on the project the whole time. It would have been something close to this
blockbuster if it was.
Yeah, I mean maybe 3 hours maximum, but that still would be significantly shorter and different probably, and like it's pretty obvious in a lot of ways.
Too.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious in a lot of ways like what changed and why things
random Dark Souls interjection. I am lost.
Oh god.
I'm trying to find my way back to the character.
That's what this game seems like, a lot of that, like.
Oh wait, maybe this is the way. This is the way. Okay,
up and down the stairs.
Well, you've been watching exclusively me being lost, so don't take that as your impression of this game. But yeah, like ultimately the opinion I was coming to about the Snyder Cut is that like I hate listening to people talk about it on Twitter. It's super annoying to me at this point. But the opinion that I hear people share that I think is just kind of unbearable is too long. Like, movies can be long.
Well, I think it's okay. So one thing on the point of like TV versus movies that is really interesting is just the like. I mean, obviously, like the 4:3, kind of box ratio is like.
Yeah.
Something of like old Hollywood too, but also something so like central to TV, and this is definitely something that probably wouldn't have come to be if it wasn't
TV in a very specific time.
Yeah, definitely. And if it wasn't like, if it didn't have a streaming platform that was like trying to advertise and trying to boost subscribers for it, probably wouldn't come out. I said this on Twitter, but it's basically like the kind of like inflated deluxe versions of like Taylor Swift or like Trippie Redd albums that get like released, the just like the deluxe edition and the ultimate edition and on and on and on, and it's
one of the points I was going to make in my video essay that never got made was that when Netflix got The Hateful Eight, they presented it as a TV show. Like, it was the extended version of The Hateful Eight. It's just The Hateful Eight with a couple of extra scenes in it, but they decided to like split it into episodes and label it as a TV show. But it's still The Hateful Eight. It's still the exact same work of art.
Well, I was honestly thinking about the Irishman after watching the Snyder Cut,
so
just because there was that.
Talk about it too. Like, there was that meme going around of like how to watch The Irishman as a series, which is kind of funny. There was also somebody made a response to that, which was how to watch Satan Tango as a miniseries. And as someone who went to a movie theater and watched all 7.5 hours of Satan Tango in essentially one sitting, it would actually work great as a miniseries, or it would work great split up into small chunks because it has like chapter breaks and every chapter is kind of self-contained. And like on a philosophical level, if you're like talking about what movies or TV shows are, Satan Tango is more of a TV show than it is a movie.
Definitely. And I mean, I think it's interesting because on the one hand, with like, the Snyder Cut has a bunch of like chapter breaks and stuff. So, you could ostensibly like pause. And I think it even like on HBO Max, like there's like a timeline so you can kind of jump between the chapters if you wanted. Which, I mean, it's not that different from like a DVD menu, basically. But I've seen people, there are people who are like, oh, it's like TV. Then on the other hand, there are like more high art comparisons. Like, I've seen people compare it to like Lars von Trier's Nymphomaniac, or like the remake of Suspiria, which was like 6 chapters and an epilogue or whatever.
The remake of Suspiria, the chapter breaks don't feel substantial.
No.
The way that, like The Irishman's do.
There is that, like, I guess the spectrum of, like, on one hand it's, like, practical, on the other hand it seems, like, pretentious or something, like, giving your movie book chapters.
Right.
But, yeah, I don't know. Lots to talk about. We're doing, our timeline is always a little fluid with Hotbox because we're on stoner time.
But there's no release schedule. They just come
the next episode. The next episode we're doing is we have coming up soon like an episode about basically a bunch of movies, but kind of centered around The Empty Man, A Glitch in the Matrix, and We're All Going to the World's Fair, but sort of extending out from those recent releases. Just kind of like talking about this idea of like the mind virus. It's basically like horror.
Is definitely a mind virus movie. I don't know if it affected you in that sort of way, but it took me a couple days to shake it.
Well, it definitely like touches on a lot of those kind of things of like just, I don't know, like I guess basically our definition of like, the mind virus is sort of like horror movies, specifically mostly horror movies where a character just becomes like really sort of obsessed and driven
don't say it,
by
don't
this
think
like
it, mentality.
Exactly. It actually came out of our episode talking about the Bye Bye Man. It
did you have
kind
a
of
whole
come out of
episode
that.
just about the Bye Bye Man?
No, we had an episode with Mike Thorne about the filmmaker Stacy Tidal, who directed it, and we talked about her other movies. I mean, we mostly talked about the Bye Bye Man because that's the most interesting one, but she also did like Snoop Dogg's Hood of Horror and a couple other kind of weird, wacky, forgotten horror movies.
By the way, I'm about to walk into a boss fight. This is the Gwendolyn boss fight, which is Gwendolyn is like one of the more interesting, complicated characters of this game. And if anybody wants to, like, Ruth, I know you said that you're too drugged out on your surgery meds to get on the call and talk. But I think that, I mean, if you would be interested in talking about Gwendolyn, I would be interested in talking about it with you since Cam is not here. But otherwise, I can just continue riffing about movies and stuff with Nathan. And Cam and I can talk.
Or we can keep talking about game. We can talk about games, too.
Games? What are you playing?
Or whatever. Literally anything. I've honestly been on a kind of a game break a little bit.
Yeah.
I had been, obviously, like as I mostly do, just been playing Warzone.
Your
but
standards, Warzone, Burnout Paradise.
Well, so I had just been like, because my usual group that I would play Warzone with would play like pretty late at night because one of my friends, my friend Ben, doesn't get off work until like 11. And I was just like trying to go to bed a little bit earlier. So kind of.
Okay, that took me.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you have to have your shield up right when she starts that.
Dark Sun Gwendolyn.
Sorry. This is the thing about Gwendolyn. Let me try to explain Gwendolyn to you, someone who doesn't know anything about Dark Souls. So there's like a royal family in this game, and they're kind of the villains of the game. The short version of like what's going on in this game is that you're like basically living in the last days of mythical feudalism. And the feudal royal family is like trying to hold on to their power as long as they possibly can, right? And so the final boss is the king, Lord Gwyn. He has 3 children, I think. Guinevere, Gwendolyn, and then a kid who never gets identified. And Guinevere,
these are such medieval names.
Yes, Guinevere is his daughter, and Gwendolyn is his son. So there's like an interesting gender thing happening in this with this character, because so there's like people have like proclivities for magic in this game, and Gwendolyn is like his magic comes from the moon, which is considered more feminine, and hitting your magic from the sun is considered more masculine in the world of this game. And so instead of, I don't know, trying to challenge gender norms or whatever, the way that I understand it is that Gwyn basically raises his son as a daughter and calls his son by a female name, Gwendolyn. And so you can see him like wearing a dress here. And it's kind of a twist in the game that when you find out that Gwendolyn is actually male. And so, you know, you can imagine some like gamer boys being kind of crappy online about this. And like even in my chat a couple days ago, someone referred to Gwendolyn as a trap, which is a slur, a thing that you should not say about trans women. But also like Gwendolyn is not a trans woman. Gwendolyn is a man who identifies as a man, but happens to dress in gender nonconforming clothing. The game even refers to Gwendolyn using he, him pronouns. So it's like a very interesting like gray area of gender. Like if you are raised as one gender or you dress as one gender but you don't identify as that gender, like I guess like how does that factor into like your like who you actually are, like socially speaking, or on a more essential level? It's weird. And
that
cool.
is the subtext.
Yeah, I really like the whole Gwendolyn mythos.
Hey, I don't know if you saw, but if you want to become famous, somebody's offering you some followers and some viewers.
Thank you, JVLA 238-68905.
BigFollows.com.
I do not want to become famous. That sounds awful, actually.
If one of my friends recently he plays this. I don't even remember. I need to look up the name of it. It was some like pirate game that I'd never heard of. What is it?
But it's
called?
Not that Valheim.
Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves. Okay.
Den of Thieves. Sea of Thieves. Yeah, my friend Peter, who's just like a very, very sweet guy. He like
not Peter Labuza.
No. This is a guy I know in New York through like DSA.
Cool.
He like worked in like advertising for a while, and then he was like, "This is a horrible, craven industry. I want to like help people," and so he like went back to school to become a nurse. So he's just like a very nice guy. And he plays this game, Sea of Thieves, which I'd not really heard of, and I guess a lot of people don't play it. Not that many people play it. So there's only like a few like really big streamers who do it.
Right.
And so Peter was playing it and ended up on this like huge stream, like 30,000 viewers or something, with this guy. I can't remember the guy's name, but he was like a good old country boy streamer, and like literally the intro I went back and watched the stream after I heard that this happened, that Peter ended up on this stream, and his intro was like a giant like animated 3D rendered like cold beer can cracking open with some like country song like playing over it.
The boys on Twitch.
Yeah. And so this guy was like, "Oh, come on, man," just like the whole time. But he was like, seemed like a really nice guy, and he ended up playing with Peter, and Peter ended up playing with him on stream for like 2 hours, and they were just like chatting the whole time, and everybody in the stream was like, "Wow, we love this guy Peter, like he's so nice, he's so funny, like we need to like let's find Peter a girlfriend, like Peter, what are you eating for dinner?" Like just asking all these questions, and it was just like, it was so wholesome, like, you know, I just love those like one in a million actually wholesome gamer moments.
Wow. Yeah, gamers can be wholesome. You know, we need to rebrand.
Definitely.
Gamers. And gamers also need to
take it back.
Wholesome, those of you who are not, you know. There is
like I honestly I had a pretty wholesome experience once playing Warzone where like my team we all got taken out by this one dude, and then we realized we like recognized the username from like earlier in the game, and like this same dude had like killed us twice, like at the beginning of the game and then later in the game, and like totally different parts of the map.
This happened to Cam and I on our second run through of Dark Souls. Like we kept getting invaded in this game. Like if you want to play with somebody else, you have to do what's called become human. So if you look at me right now, I look like a zombie. My like face is all scarred up and stuff. But you can use an item called humanity, and you become human. You look more like an actual person. And then you can invite people to come help you in your game. But the trade-off is that if you are able to invite helpers, you are also always able to be invaded by people who want to hurt you. So like on our second playthrough together, we just like kept getting invaded by the same guy over and over and over, and his name was Ultra Jerk. It's like he knew what he was doing. But anyways, I interrupt your story.
Well, so when like, you know, when you get killed and like kicked out of the game, you like start viewing from the perspective of the person who killed you, and you can like keep watching ostensibly until the end of the game, kind of like through a chain of people killing each other.
That sounds
or
like
you can switch you can switch players
and then look through the eyes of
wow.
You could have a serial killer.
That would be sick.
Antagonist there, yeah. Actually, this is kind of
that would be like a.
Have you seen The Eyes of Laura Mars?
No, I have not.
It's a 70s giallo movie, but it's an American giallo movie, and I think it has like Jane Fonda as the main character.
It's made by like Irvin Kershner, who did like Empire Strikes Back, I think.
Oh, really? I don't know. I don't remember. But the whole premise of that movie is that she has a psychic ability to see through the eyes of a killer right before that killer kills someone, but she doesn't know like where or who the killer is. It's pretty interesting. I don't love.
Wow, you were getting swarmed by the bots.
I am getting swarmed by bots. Whoa.
Like their attack, not in dark, you know, out of the game. Twitch is the game.
Do I have right now? Have I like crossed a threshold and now they're?
You have 7 viewers.
That's not.
Or I guess 8.
Man, Ammo is our mod, so Ammo I'm sure is taking care of the bots in chat.
But so so in Warzone, this Warzone game, we noticed this dude had like 20 kills or something, like something kind of crazy, and he was just like running all over the place really fast, like just hunting people. And so we were like, whoa, like this guy seems like he's maybe a streamer or something. Like, let's keep watching. Like, let's see if he wins. And so we did it. And then once the game ends, if you're still around, like for just like a couple seconds as it's finishing up and you're seeing the scores, you can like talk to people if you're on mic. But there's usually not many people on. And so we were like, whoa, dude, like you were so good. Like, you know, we like wanted to stay on to like like compliment him because he was just like, I'd never seen anybody play like that, and he was just like, oh, thanks guys, like come check out my stream. And so we went to his stream. We went to his stream and like started commenting. We're like, hey, we were those dudes you just killed like in Warzone, and he was like, oh yeah, like thanks guys, like thanks for being such good sports about it.
Thanks
you know,
for
like
letting me kill you.
And then he was like, oh, you know, my teammates sucked. You know, I was just carrying them on my back. Like, you guys should come play with me sometime. And haven't played with them, but it was nice interaction.
Even in Warzone, wholesome gamers can be found.
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes.
So for people who in chat just watch me play Dark Souls, for context, what's going on right now is there's a couple things in this game that you can't summon help for. So like there are things that I actually couldn't do with Cam on stream. One of them I think is Gwendolyn. So I killed Gwendolyn a lot faster than I thought I was going to. And now I'm just going to kill another boss that I am pretty sure I can't summon Cam for. So we're gonna go do that. This is the Stray Demon.
Wow, these bodies.
Yeah, this is pretty grotesque.
I am liking the look of this game. You know,
It is
the
like,
design, the world.
Unironically, one of the best games I've ever played. It is so good.
Which I mean, it's like Bloodborne was like just very similar vibe, just like different.
Yeah, different
world,
aesthetic.
but it also kind of
it's like
very
Victorian,
cool aesthetic.
Gothic, Lovecrafty stuff happening in
Yeah.
Bloodborne. This is much more like classical medieval.
I just downloaded the recent Jedi Knight game, which is supposed to be kind of Dark Soulsy. I haven't done a Souls type game, so kind of interested to start something on the like lighter end of it.
I had another friend who just told me they had started playing Dark Souls 3, and I was like, well, have you played the other games? And they're like, no, but they were complaining about how hard Dark Souls 3 was. And as somebody who is currently playing Dark Souls 2, I'm fully aware of how this company kind of expects you to have played the earlier games by like the way the difficulty curve is structured, right? So like Dark Souls 2 starts way harder than Dark Souls 1 does because they're expecting it to be people who are already familiar with the game.
Yeah.
So like I've encouraged him to go back and play Dark Souls 1. And I would say you could probably play Bloodborne without playing Dark Souls. I haven't played Bloodborne, so I shouldn't be the one to talk. But I've heard people say that like that's the one that kind of unlocks it for them. But
that's kind of what I've heard about like Doom Eternal, that it like starts on a like curve from like the kind of the first one.
Yeah, I mean the first Doom is super hard. I've actually been kind of reticent to pick up Doom Eternal because I kind of felt like I was hitting my limit with Doom 2016.
Yeah, no, I bought it on sale recently, but it's just a vibe, you know.
Doom Eternal
being screamed at in the face.
Yeah,
just like everything about Doom.
In my Twitter review of it, I said that it felt like a great metal album, like just
definitely
really intense, wears you out. But in a good way, mostly.
Recently, I played a little bit of Doom 64, and then recently I played a little bit of the remaster of Duke Nukem 3D, and I had the same experience where maybe it was just the wrong day, and I was like under the weather or hadn't eaten enough or something. But playing both of those, like very fast, like kind of spinny, like all over the place, vintage FPS games made me literally nauseous. Like I do not get motion sick that often like playing a game, but both of those games I had to stop.
Yeah,
after
I could
a couple
definitely
levels.
see getting motion sick from Doom 2016. Doom 64 I've not played. Is that actually kind of just a remake, like a full 3D remake of the first game, the 93 Doom?
No, it was just a. I'm actually. That's a good question. No, it's just
It's just a new game.
It's
on
the
64.
No, it's the third. It was the third Doom game.
Okay.
From '97. Yeah. For 6, and so it was just the Nintendo 64. Doom.
It's crazy to me that the 64 was even out in 97. Maybe my perception of time is messed up. I was born in 92. I got a 64 way late in its life cycle, but I don't remember being 5 years old and there being Nintendo 64s in the world.
No, it was
Especially
definitely.
because I was like playing the NES as my first console.
Yeah, I don't even honestly really like. I've tried to remember over the years like what my first like video game experience was, and it's really hard to remember because I didn't own a console for like a long time. But I'm pretty sure like one of the earliest memories I have is like going over to the house of this girl who babysat me and my sister, and I remember playing like her like teenage brother had a like Ghostbusters game that must have been for the NES.
Oh wow, yeah. That's
or for the 64. And that's got to be one of the very first games I remember.
Ghostbusters
one of the first
on the NES.
And I think the first like console game that I really have like vivid memories of like playing a substantial amount of was probably Rogue Squadron on the 64. Great
Never
game.
Played that. Never played any of the Star Wars games really. Though I think I had friends who owned Rogue Squadron, and I might have played a little bit of that with them. But
that was so much of my early gaming because I like a lot of my. I don't know. It was just like my parents. Yeah, because I was a Star Wars kid, and so I was already kind of conditioned to that stuff, and just because I was so into Star Wars already, and my parents were like a little hesitant sometimes about like letting me play games or letting me get games, that it was like easier to convince them because Star Wars was like already like an acceptable brand, and they knew it like Star Wars is never like that like real kind of violence or anything, or
right, it's so removed from
language even, or like sexuality, like even though there is dark stuff in Star Wars, it was just like easy. So that was a lot. And then, I mean, I just feel like because I was a Star Wars kid, I was friends with other Star Wars kids, so they all had the games. And literally, like, I became friends with this kid, Michael, in my like 4th grade class because he had Lego Star Wars, and I knew I probably wasn't going to be able to get it. And so I literally just like befriended him, and then he invited me over, and we played Lego Star Wars, and I was like friends with that kid kind of explicitly for the purpose of like just access to video games until like 9th grade, when I realized, oh, this dude is like an awful like toxic nerd, and I don't really want to be around him anymore. And I realized that our friendship was literally just like nerd stuff. It wasn't like an actual friendship, and I was like, I need some emotions and some feelings.
I need a friend who can provide me with emotions and feelings. I hope I am one of your friends who can provide you with emotions and feelings, Nathan.
Oh, absolutely.
I am going to have to wrap up the stream at this point, unfortunately. Because, I've already accomplished all the things that I plan to do with Cam, and also other things. So I feel like if I was to embark on another adventure today, it would be another hour or something. So I'm gonna close things off. We'll have Cam back with us next Saturday. Thanks for jumping on and keeping me company, Nathan. This has been fun.
Dude, it was fun. I'll tune in the future.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. We will see you next week. Bye.